controlling the environment with your reactive dog. So what do I mean by that? So this is really, really important actually. So walking down a street with your dog in a straight line where you're forcing your reactive dog into head-on, confrontation, which is the way that your dog will see it, really isn't going to help your reactivity, especially if you're in the early days of your training or you've not started reactive dog training yet. So if I look at where I am just now, so we scan around just on a kind of little grassy hill, and if we look down the hill, just show you for a wee second, there's wee Breezy having a wee sniff, and you can see a pathway going down there. So if I were working with a reactive dog, I can create distance from the pathway if there's somebody coming up with a dog. I've got height as well, which is great. And for some owners, what that's going to look like is maybe something like you can't avoid it because your front door leads out into a street. So it might be a case of you literally drive for 1 or 2 minutes and take your dog to an area where you can create distance, where you can control the space, where you can move away. So as another viewpoint of where I am right now, so we've got this pathway again. Yeah, boring video shot of a pathway. He's got the pathway. So if I was walking down there with a reactive dog, the pathway is a little bit wide, which is great. So for dogs that are further on in their training, I can move to the side easily and just give a little bit of distance. For dogs that are not so far on with their training, there's this little route there and there, or so I can move up away from the pathway and help the dog out I'm working with create distance. So what you've got to think about when you're on your reactive dog training journey is how can you control the environment? So how can you control distance in particular? Don't you expect your dog to do it where it's hard, in other words, close up with another dog if it's reactive to dogs, if it can't do it when it's easy. So if you're at a distance and you're working that way, perfect, yeah, and you're getting no reactivity, perfect. You're getting engagement from your dog, you're getting your dog to turn away, which is part of the reactive dog training that I do, then perfect, because you're helping to reduce your reactive dog, your dog's reactivity, because you're able to control the distance and work with your dog at a distance and not react. So that's really what you want. So quick summary is really think about where you are, where you're going with your reactive dog, and are you pushing your dog into situations that make them feel worse? The big emotions come out, woof, 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 lunge, lunge, lunge. So therefore, can you just simply change the environment and get your dog settled and feel good about other dogs being around? Because if you've got a dog reactive dog, they don't feel good about other dogs being around, and walking down the street towards another dog is making them feel worse and worse and worse, and the emotions are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Hope that's really helpful. If you need more help with the activity, give us a shout.